so tired of everyone thinking that I support Donald Trump just because I think he's cool and I voted for him twice. Listen, guys. It's quite an accusation.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
Keep me out of this. Keep my name out your mouth.
This is Jeff Dye, one of my favorite conservative comedians.
I'll be honest, man. Men and women aren't equal. I'm sorry if that hurts your little stupid ears. We're not equal. Because equal means the word same. We're not the same. In fact, that's my favorite thing about a woman, is that she's not a dude. Quit pretending we're the same. I don't walk around, I could have a baby if they'd let me. I can't. People try to make it like, we're equal. I want it to be equalized. No, you don't. When any one of you got a babysitter tonight, how many of you picked a dude? None of you. Not because you're sexist, but because you're not dumb. Because the baby would fall off the balcony and you'd be like, why was the baby on the balcony? He's like, I don't know, I came out to smoke. And you're like, I love gay people, but I don't believe in gay marriage because I'm a Christian. I believe marriage is between a man and a young woman sold by her parents in exchange for cattle, crops, and village safety. Biological male is a male. We know it, but we have to play along or else everyone's going to cry or cancel you or you don't get to work anymore. If you really believe a biological male that identifies as a woman is a woman, all right, ask yourself this. If your son came to Thanksgiving dinner with his new girlfriend and it's clearly like a biological male, you're telling me when they leave, you're not gossiping about that with your whole family? Well, I can play along at a Starbucks. Hey, nice to meet you. Thank you, ma'am. But when she starts beating up other ladies in a UFC octagon, I have to go, maybe I formed some opinions here. Why can't we just make the sports sex-based? Oh, no, I know that you identify as a woman, but your sex is male, so you have to play with all the other people that have the same sex as male.
It's a separate trans league.
There's only like 8 trans people in the whole fucking world. They're gonna have a whole league. They'd be like when Ronda Rousey did UFC. There was like 4 other women doing it. She's like, I'm the beast. You're like, you're not the beast. Holly Holm was in Japan going, I could beat the fuck out of this lady. I hate that little fucker who tried to kill Donald Trump. I hate that guy, and he's dead. Yeah, he's eliminated. Yeah, I'm also kind of surprised that we're not still talking about that. That's a little unusual, no matter who it was. I gotta imagine if someone tried to blow off Kamala Harris's head, that there would be at least some protests or some shit. Like, nothing? It lasted 2 days because it's Donald Trump. Like, I hear more about Hawk Tuya girl than the fucking guy. But I will say, like, he got a little bit of a raw deal because they were like, we looked through his phone, and before he tried to kill the former president, he looked at porn. What the fuck are they putting that in there for? You see what I'm saying? That's unfair to him. That could be any one of us, you know? Porn didn't do that. Wasn't porn that made him like. It's not like he was whacking off. He's like, I think I'm gonna kill a guy tonight. It's unfair to him. I'm just saying, no matter what I do in my life, good or bad, leave my goddamn search history out of this, you know? That is, don't publish my search history. I mean, you wouldn't find much. It's just a lot of home runs and titties, you know? In a town like Portland or Seattle, one of these fucking towns. Seattle is a little blue dot surrounded by red. Portland, little blue dot surrounded by red. Austin, little blue dot, a lot of red. A lot of red. And these towns are so beautiful. They're very artistic. They're my favorite for that reason. But they get cocky. And in their cute little safe blue circle, they start talking shit like these fucking stupid hick racists. You're like, shut the fuck up, dude. I'm right there. They can hear you, and they're armed. Right? Nobody's factoring that. You can't walk around popping off like, he's that racist morons. You're like, shut the fuck up. One day they're gonna go, let's get Austin, you know? And that's gonna take, I don't know, 4 minutes. Right, can you imagine that war? Just all of Texas, like, and then the front lines of Austin are just these guys with stupid mustaches and the bikes with the big front wheels, like, welcome to Austin, boys. You know? They're going, hit him with the poetry. You're like, no, not the fucking, there's no poetry. Jesus Christ. Get him with the hacky sacks. You're like, oh, fucking dead. It's so like hard to figure out what the modern woman is like. I have no idea how you operate. You're all different, right? Men are different, but we're all the same, right? If you've dated one man, you know how to do it, right? There's patterns and things. Like we're very similar while also being a little of our own thing, but we're the same. Women, all different and proud of it. You're like, I'm unpredictable. You're like, just be predictable once. You can't put me in a box. I'm like, be in a box, bitch, please. Sometimes. No patterns. I used to have no car. I lived in New York. I had no car. All the women in my life were like, he doesn't even have a car. Grow up. He doesn't even have a car. He's a grown man. No car, right? So then I get a car. They're like, that's a shit car. That's a shitty car. That's a poor guy car. So then I got bread, right? I got an expensive car. Same women were like, douchebag. What a douchebag. Look at this car. I know he had no car. Now he's got this. He's changed. He's changed. Probably got a tiny dick driving this car around. I'm like, all right, I don't know. What fucking car can I get? I don't know. I was on a date with a woman. I'm like, hold the door. I'm like, my lady. And she's like, I can get my own fucking door. I'm on a date with a different chick. She's like, what? I'm like, what? She's like, get the fucking door. I'm like, all right, I don't know. There's no pet. You don't follow any rules. No systems, no way to figure out how you work. You just got to figure it out. Every woman's like, I'm complicated. I'm like a Rubik's Cube, you know? And then you solve the Rubik's Cube. She's like, I don't want to be solved. I'm a Sudoku now. You're like, God damn it. What the fuck? The rules on that, by the way. Is it just anything goes as long as you're not a straight white guy? Are these the rules? Just anything? Just literally? I saw some of the most homophobic fucking comedy I've ever seen in my life. And everyone's like, well, it's a fat black guy, so it's fine. You're like, what the fuck's happening? Got Asian guys saying the N-word. I'm like, what the fuck's the rules? Can Netflix police it? Can someone police it? I call like food gay and everyone's like, what the fuck is he doing up there? Someone bounce him from the hotel cafe. But a gay guy will say the most horrific shit you've ever heard and everyone's like, ooh, he's sassy. Like, what the fuck? That's the most culture-y shit I've ever heard, but because he sucks dick, everyone's like, well, give him a special. Just give him a special. He's earned it. He's been doing comedy for 3 months. Everyone wants to talk about slavery that we abolished in this country, but not the current slavery that made this, or my shoes, or all the things you wear, or how about the sex trafficking? How about the women that are slaves right now?
Like, you can't do it on this patch of dirt, but if you just move it to that patch of dirt, now you can do unethical things.
Now it's fine. It's so hypocritical when I hear, like, LeBron talk about slavery that happened in our country over 100 years ago while he's dripping in Nike. How dumb can you be to pretend to care about slavery while you're making, $1 billion or something? I just think there's honest money and then there's dishonest money.
You like the money they paid the people to endorse Kamala Harris?
Oh, yeah, that's pretty dishonest money right there.
So
Cardi
wild.
B, Beyonce. I saw a Target ad, and the poster was like a beautiful black male model, and then like a beautiful white female model, and she had orange curly hair, and they were holding an Asian baby. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Did they steal this baby? Like, what the fuck's happening? What's the message here, Target? The answer is to love it all, accept it all, be nice, not fucking clog it up so you look virtuous. It's very annoying. Right? Have you ever been to the woods? It's doing fine. It's nature. It works. It didn't need any political intervention. It didn't need you walking into the woods going, this is disgusting. The squirrels aren't even hanging out with the bears. I'm not coming back till the coyotes are fucking the deer. You're like, what the fuck is... Diversity is only good if it's natural, not fucking forced, so you to show off to your friends how good you are. They were like, wouldn't it be great if all the races and religions and cultures, wouldn't it be great if all the people were just together and what? And then you go to a place where that's happening, like Times Square, and you're like, fuck this. The fuck is he eating? What's she wearing? What are they saying? I miss my group. Universal Studios, and I was realizing how expensive it is to go to Universal Studios. Because I went from like living in a car to now having money, so I've had like both sides of it. And they'll be like, what would you do if you had fuck you money? And I was like, I don't know, probably start a family, you know.
These jokes do a lot better when there isn't so many women in the crowd. My ideal crowd is just all dudes and 3 butch lesbians trying to fit in, you know? Just going, give them hell, boss. Like, that's my crowd. I love the women. We love you. We love you. It's just fun to make fun of you, that's all. Also, it's fun. You guys don't understand. Sometimes they'll complain. I go, dude, I wasn't doing these jokes for you. Yeah? Women have plenty of hero comedians. You're fine. These jokes are for your husbands and boyfriends. Yeah, that's for them. Like, no one talks like this anymore. All men used to talk like this. Now no men talk. This is brave, what I'm doing right now. Right? No men speak like this. And you're going to leave mad, and your husband, he'll turn on me. That's part of it, you know? You're going to leave, and you're going to be driving home. You're like, that comedian was a fucking asshole back there. And then he's going to be like, yeah, no, terrible guy. I didn't agree with him at all, you know? But his weight's been lifted, you know? He's messaging me like, that was great. Where can I send money? That's fucking, you know, like this. You know? These guys need this. There's no men things anymore. So I'll be the guy. They can watch my bullshit and then leave feeling a little better. And women go, well, I don't like, well, you know, it's keeping you alive. These boys, they bottle this shit up and then they just bottle it up. They don't get any guy, they can't get it out. And then you wake up in the Hudson River with your head fucking cut off, you know? Because they bottled it up. Let them come to the Jeffy show. Let them get it out, you know? It's healthy for them. These boys need it. Right? That's all fishing used to be. All fishing was you and your boys, you know, committing 80 little murders so you didn't come home and do one big one. So you might hate this special, but it might save some nice woman's life, you know?
For the last 5 months, I've been conducting a social experiment online to expose how gullible and how delusional the left is. A lot of people genuinely thought I was a trans person because it's hard to tell the difference, sadly, between comedy and someone who's genuine about being trans.
I don't know what everyone's so upset about, this dude pretending to be trans. Isn't that what trans is all about? That's the definition for me. Also, no one cared that he was doing that. You don't care if it is or isn't. That's my sentiment towards trans people. Do what you'd like. I'm not upset with you. Just stop trying to get taxpayer money for your cosmetic surgery. Stop making it like a social thing. Because I don't agree with it doesn't mean I hate you and I want you to have harm. I can love you and be polite in society. I'm just not asking it to burden everyone else.
I had to stop talking to a girl recently. We were messaging back and forth on Instagram. I never met her. We're just messaging. And then I found out she was 19 years old. Yeah, and I was like, we can't do this. She's like, why? I was like, because you're 19 and I'm 38. She goes, oh my God, age is just a number. I was like, yeah, it's also how many years old you are. Kind of important, I think. Also, I don't like cliches. Age is just a number. That's a dumb cliche. That's like me being like, HIV is just letters. No. No. Jokes aren't funny because they're true. You might have heard that. Like, that's funny because it's true. That's not why things are funny. Otherwise, you'd read the newspaper and you'd be like, war again. Things are funny just because they're funny. And sometimes there's some overlap of truth. That's true, but not always. I'll give you a good example of it. What I truly feel about women, what I really think in my heart of hearts, I grew up in a house full of women. I think women are better humans. They're more ethical. They're generally smarter. They care more about like human services. Most nurses and people that find themselves in those kind of fields are female. I think they're more empathetic. They're more sympathetic. Statistically, they're more philanthropic. They're more maternal. You see how none of this is funny? It's the truth. It's how I really feel, but it's not funny. We've got to make fun of these bitches. That's how comedy works. People get mad when you make fun of the homeless, I'll tell you. These people came to my show, these women in Seattle. They were very like, we're so good, and we're going to tell him how bad he is. But I said to her, oh, I'm sorry that you felt that way. You must care a lot about the homeless. And she goes, I do. And I go, do you help with the homeless? And she goes, no. And I go, what the fuck? I was like, I help with the homeless. Every month I go down to downtown Los Angeles, and I feed the homeless for a couple hours. I not heroic, I just feed them, I get some material, and I leave. You know?
mutually beneficial. But I help with the homeless. But this chick, she don't help. She's yelling at me about jokes, but then doesn't help with the... Basically what I'm getting at is homelessness is a lot like professional women's basketball. We're gonna get mad if someone makes fun of it, but we're not gonna go to a game. If it's on TV, we change the channel real fast. You just wanna make sure nobody's being sexist and then ignore it like it's not a dog shit product. Now our news is some sort of weird Harry Potter-like fucking shit. It's like the drag queens can't dance for children anymore. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I don't know anything about the subject. I don't know what side you fall on, but I know a shit gig when I hear it. Has anyone ran this by the drag queens? Right? If my boss tonight was like, Jeff, you're on in 20 minutes. We got 300 children out there. I'd be like, I'm not gonna fucking do this show. That's happening right now in Portland somewhere. Some drag queen getting dolled up, and then her boss is like, hey, Cherry Pop, you're on in 10. We got a house full of children. And Cherry Pop's going, what the fuck, children? I didn't get all dolled up and push my wiener back for a bunch of fucking children. I'm not gonna lip sync to Pop My Pussy to a bunch of fucking kids. I was gonna grind dance on a crucifix. Get these fucking kids out of here. Everything's bad now. Science is fucking dead. What happened to science? We're just done with science now? Right? Biology's out the window. Don't even mention biology. Holy shit, you won't be able to work tomorrow. Biology's just out. Weather, there's no weather anymore. Remember when they used to use terms like wind chill and chill factor? That's gone now. Now, I was in Utah yesterday. I checked the weather. It said at 30 degrees. And then underneath it said, but it feels like... What do you mean feels like? What, do you have a teenager down at the station? Like, go out there, tell us what it feels like, sweetheart. But it feels like 10, I think. I don't know, it feels... Doctors are using the term spectrum. That's very unmedical. Spectrum? That's the best we can do? Guy went to school for 20 fucking years. He can't be specific. Oh, you have a thing. You're on this spectrum. What do you mean I'm on a spectrum? Let's dial it in. What do I have? Why is it a spectrum? Oh, there's a retarded guy's on the same spectrum as my friend who likes swords a little too much. I need to know what I got. Do I need a fucking helmet or pills? Let's get specific. It's very annoying.
What'd you think about Jeff Dye? Is this the type of comedy we need in 2025? Drop a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe to Conservative Vibes. I'm CV, and I'll see you in the next video.